Welcome to my channel. This is Abhishek Chaudhary and I welcome you all to my channel Techie Nerds. Okay, so now you guys already know my name, okay? But just for this purpose, I have created something interesting. Have a look at my name, right? Abhishek Chaudhary. Not a doubt, no problem, guys. Okay, so I'll make myself a little shorter. I think it's quite okay. Now you can clearly see it, correct? Awesome. Okay, so this problem and this sorry, not this problem, of course, this video. Okay, so this video, as you know, has been powered by Newton School. They are a great platform which helps you guide to make a career in tech. Right? They are one of the, like, what do you say? Like, you will see it's better than, like, what do you say? Most of your college placements. The way their placements are going on, I'm literally having a live view of their placement, and I was literally quite shocked. Okay, I did not expect that much, but it's literally quite great. Okay, so yeah, do check it out. Okay, I'll make myself more smaller if you want. Yep. Okay, so do check out them. The best thing about them, you will not get a, like, what do you say, you don't have to pay anything until you get placed with a package of 5 lakhs or more. That's the most awesome thing that they have. Okay, and I really like it. That's great, guys. Okay, so now let's back to business. We are about to start our first problem, which is called Fizzbuzz problem. Okay, so this is the part of that algorithm interview preparation, you know. So this was the problem statement. Okay, so the problem statement was something like this Fizzbuzz problem, right? You all of you have already seen it, but I'll repeat it once again. So, like, you have to take number from 1 to 100. Okay, for all numbers which are divisible by 3, you have to print fizz. For all numbers which are divisible by 5, you have to print buzz. And for all numbers which are divisible by 15, you have to print fizz buzz together. Okay, because that is divisible by both 3 and 5, right? And finally, what means else, like if the number is not neither divisible by 3, 5 or 15, then you have to print the number itself. Like, for example, 1 and 2 will be directly printed as it is, right? Okay, awesome. So I think we discussed about the approaches in the previous problem. So let's try to sort it out, solve the things. Okay, so we'll solve this problem in JavaScript in this lecture. Okay, so this will be a complete solution for Fizzbuzz problem in JavaScript. Okay, so your first approach. Okay, so what for the first approach, what will we do? We'll of course divide the number by 3, 5 and 15. The only thing that we should remember is what order should we divide the number, and why should I remember that? Okay, let's take 2 examples here. Okay, so I divide the number in this order, 3, 5 and 15, and I divide the number in this order, 15, 5 and 3, or 15, 3 and 5. What will happen? Let's have a look. Okay, so let's switch to our playground. You already know this Newton School playground, right? Let's give a create option. Okay, if it is small, I'll make it bigger. I hope you guys can see it. Okay, let me write a name. So it's something like, okay, I did not get it. Okay, so let me write Fizzbuzz. Fizzbuzz. Okay, let's write a description. Fizzbuzz problem. Let's click on create. Okay, now let's come here. Let's make it shorter, and what I'll do, I'll just zoom it a little. Okay, better. Okay, so it's plain text, right? So let's choose JavaScript. It will be somewhere JavaScript. Okay, guys, so now let's first write the solution, then we'll run it. Okay, so let's make it bigger. Okay, let me know if you guys can see it. Okay, let me click it here. Okay, I'll make it more bigger so you guys can very clearly see it. Not a problem. So instead of making it bigger, I'll just zoom. Okay, I think it's quite big now. I don't think I need to make it more big, but anyway, let me try writing it. Yeah, I think you can clearly see it. Okay, guys, so let's have a look. So what we have to do, we have to take number from 1 to 100. So what is the best way to take number from 1 to 100? For I is equals to 1, okay, I is less than equals to 100, I plus plus. So a loop from 1 to 100. Perfect, right? Not a problem. Now we'll see 2 cases. What if we divide the numbers, like I basically have to divide all numbers by 3, 5 and 15 and check if they are divisible by 3, 5 or 15. So let's follow this order, 3, 5 and 15. Then we'll change the order to 15, 3 and 5. Okay, so if I is divisible by 3 equal 0, I mean to say modulus. I modulus 3 equal 0. What is the use of modulus? It is used to find a remainder, right? So if I am finding a remainder, that means if 1 is divisible by 3, that means that is a Fizzbuzz number, right? Sorry, then I have to print fizz, right? So any number which is divisible by 3. So how you can check if a number is divisible by 3? You just divide that number by 3. If the remainder is 0, that means the number is divisible by 3. So how do we find remainder? With the help of modulus. So let's write console.log hello. Sorry, not hello, Fizz. I changed this problem recently into hello world, so I came like this. Okay, you got it right. Next, let like the else. Okay, if the number was divisible by 3, okay. Now if the number is divisible by 50, like 5, right? So I have to write a if else, can don't put a if. So basically I have to write a else if, right? So I modulus 5 equal 0. So if this is the case, what will happen then? Then I have to print console.log buzz. Okay, so this is the best fizz and buzz. Okay, so now we are getting, if the number is divisible by 3, we are getting fizz. If the number is divisible by 5, we should get buzz, and we are getting it. Okay, so let's check it out, our problem at this point. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll make the, like, I think I have zoomed it quite a bit, so let's reduce it. Okay, I think this is okay. So now let's reduce even more. Okay, let's keep a reset. Then what I'll do, I will just, okay, there is an option. Okay, then I'll again zoom it once. I was not finding, I think it got lost, this thing somewhere. Okay, here, I think all of you can see it. Let's give it a zoom once again. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll click on run. Okay, so let's suppose, so you are only getting fizz or buzz, fizz, buzz. But currently, like what are the other things that I have to do? I also have to do, like, those numbers that are not fizz buzz. Okay, I have to print them directly, right? So else, I'm not considering the 15 case now. I'll consider it console.log. Let's print the number itself. That means I itself. Okay, so let's click on run. So for 1 and 2 you are getting it directly. For 3 you should get fizz. Okay, for 4 you are getting 4. 5 you are getting buzz because the number is divisible by 5. 6 you are getting fizz because the number is divisible by 3, and so on, so on, so on. You'll come 15. 15 is like, it's a number that is divisible by both 3 and 5, so 15 itself, right? So for this purpose, what you should get? You should get what do you say? Like fizz buzz, the like according to our question, right? So that we have to change it, right? So let's suppose I write some condition here. Now else if I modulus 15 equal 0, console.log Fizzbuzz. So now for number that are divisible by 15, like for 15, for 30, I should get Fizzbuzz. For again 45, I should get Fizzbuzz. I should get this, right? That's the aim, right? So now let's run it. Rerun it. I ran, but you can see there is no change. I'm still not getting Fizzbuzz. I'm still getting Fizz. Why I got this issue? For those who know, please comment the answer, okay? I want a comment so that I will know that some of you guys are really intelligent and you can guess it out, okay? Remember, there is one more thing in interview. No one will want you guys to run it and check it the solution so many times. I am doing it so that you guys can see and understand, okay? Make sure you are confident, then only click on this run button, okay? Be very sure, okay? Okay, so why this is happening? So like, you know, the number that are divisible by 15, ultimately that number is divisible by, like we can write like this, I is divisible by 3 and I is divisible by 5 equal 0. Basically this is the condition for 15, right? If we expand it. So now if let's suppose 15 comes, so what will happen? This condition was true. Since this condition was true, so it will never go down. This all will be ignored, right? So whenever you get a number that is divisible by 15, it's already divisible by 3 or 5. So already it will be covered above, it will never come below, right? So what I have to do, if a number is divisible by 15, okay, so what I'll do, I'll just take it from here and put it here at the top, okay, and then I will cross it here and put it here, okay. Yeah, we can do copy paste, okay, it's not a problem. Okay, so now let's have a look. Let's click on run. Okay, so now you will get, let's see the 15, you got Fizzbuzz, right? For 30 also Fizzbuzz, same with 45, so on, right? So like, see, this is the first step I am taking. If the number is divisible by both, it's then print Fizzbuzz. Okay, if they are just divisible by anyone, of course, then this condition will be false. Then I have to go there for that particular case and print that thing there, right? I think everyone got this problem. Very clear? Awesome guys. Okay, this was my approach one. So make sure you are very clear with it. In case if you have any confusion, do let me know. Of course, this is not an input. This is just line number one. If you get confused, okay. Clear guys? Awesome. So now what will we do? We'll quickly move to my what do you say like second approach for the problem. Okay. So what I'll do? I'll first save this problem. Of course, save it. Okay, Fizz Buzz. Can I change the name now? I don't know. Okay, no problem. I think I have zoomed quite a bit. Fizzbuzz. So now from now I'll write a better name like Fizzbuzz approach 2. Okay. Then finally what I'll do, I'll share this link with all of you guys in the video description. Okay. So you can open it and have a look. Okay. So for my second one, like Fizzbuzz, where is my Fizzbuzz? Any suggestions? Yeah, Fizzbuzz approach 2. Approach 2. Okay. And then let's write description Fizzbuzz problem. Okay, let's click on create. Okay. So now we will see how to sort it out. First, let's go to JavaScript. Finally, we found it out. Okay, awesome. What is the zoom level? It's 175. I think you guys can see it. Okay, so now what I want. Okay, before proceeding, let's have a look at the what do you say? What are we going to do? So this is what we guys are going to do. Okay. Use variables to use repetition in the previous approach. What does that mean? Does it sound confusing? Yeah, quite confusing to me. Let's understand the confusion then. Let's clear it out. So let's open the Fizzbuzz problem 1. Okay. Open in editor. I'll copy this problem. Okay. And what I'll do, I'll be back with my second problem. Open editor. Okay. Let's paste this thing. Okay, sorry. I think I spoke without sharing my screen. Not a problem. So basically what I did, I just copied the previous problem. Okay, that's all. Okay. So now I pasted it. Okay, so sad. It's plain text. JavaScript. Okay. By the code highlighting I understand, right? If I selected something wrong. Okay. So now let's have a look. So let me expand it a little. Let me not, don't expand it. Okay, I'm okay with that. Okay, let me give it a one line space. Yeah. Okay, guys. So now what I want, what you guys can see here. Okay. So basically, what is happening? Let's suppose the number is, let's suppose 16. Okay, let's suppose for 16, what answer you should get? Just 16 because 16 is not divided by 3, 5, or 15. Okay. So this will be compared. I modulus 3 equal 0. Step 1. Of course, this is wrong. Okay, so it will go to the next step. I modulus 5, this is also wrong, so it will go to the next step. I modulus 3, this is also wrong, and then finally it will come here and else print log I. So what did you see? You see that this number I modulus 3 that is there, okay, this number is getting calculated 2 times. Similarly, there will be few cases in which I modulus 5 will be calculated few times, right? So why to calculate it again? Like this calculation will take a bit of time to my computer. Okay, so why to calculate it again? Okay, so I mean to say, for this calculation, let's take a variable. Okay, and let's something like I3, and I'll put I modulus 3. Okay, and similarly I'll take I5. You can take whatever name you want. Okay, I modulus 5. Okay, so I took this name. So now instead of I'm just calculating it once, right? So I don't have to calculate it again and again. So instead of this, what I can do, I can just write I3 is equal 0 and I5 equal 0, right? Similarly, I5 equal 0, I3 equal 0. That's all, right? So basically I've calculated it one time, then I'm reusing it any number of times. The same approach, okay? So then you can see 15, 30, right? The solution is correct, okay? This way you will save some time, right? And it's quite necessary. Like that is what the use of variables is. Like reuse them, right? If you don't reuse them, what's the purpose of having a variable? Okay, so finally we are done with approach 2. Let's click on save. So our code is saved. Awesome. And we'll quickly move to approach 3. Okay. So now once we are moving to approach 3, let's have a look. Let's see what is our approach 3 first. Okay. Let's use the concept of multiple if. So I'll turn off, I'll like, what do I mean? Like I'll change my screen. Okay, something happened to my webcam. Sometime it happens. not to worry. Okay, so let's use the concept of multiple if. So now you guys can see it that what do I mean by that? So basically let's come to this case. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, and what will I do? Let me be back here, and let's create something called Fizzbuzz approach 2. So I'll make it approach 3. Okay, description Fizzbuzz problem. Let's create it. Okay, paste it. Okay, so sad. Can I just search it? No. So JavaScript, where it is? It will be somewhere. Did it got lost? No. Okay. So finally paste it here. So now you guys can have a look. Okay. So this solution is the previous solution. Now how can I improve this solution? Okay. So one approach is simple. One simple approach that we guys can think of is this. You guys can see here, right? Like we are using if, else if, and else. So currently I'm using these 3 conditions for the core part of our programming, right? Can I do something else so that I can reduce the number of conditions, like in these 3 conditions? Is it possible? Just a new approach that you guys can follow. Okay, like if you can do that approach, so basically I can understand that you properly know the concept of if else. So if we use if else, what will happen? If one condition is true, other condition will not be evaluated, right? What if I use the condition of like what do you say? I use multiple if. That means this if will also be evaluated and this if will also be evaluated if I use multiple if. Let's check it out. So let's see what to do. So I'll change this question. Okay. Let's change it to Fizz. Okay, I5 is equals to 0. Let's change it to Buzz. Of course, there is no need of variable here, but since we have taken it, it's okay. B was capitalized. Okay, so let's forget it for now. We'll see that. Okay, so now let's remove this else. Okay, so now guys, what do you think? If our number is divisible by 3, then what will you get? You will get Fizz, no doubt. If our number is divisible by 5, you will get Fizzbuzz. Any issues? Let's take an example of 15. What will happen if the value of I is 15? Okay, so I mod, let's say this will also be 0. This will also be 0 because 15 is divisible by both 3 and 5. This condition is true. After this condition, it will not stop. It will still come to this condition because this is a new if, right? So this will be true. So we'll get Fizz and Buzz both. But the only problem is console.log will by default change the line, right? So like you have to print in the same line. So what we can do? Like I can take a, let's suppose I can take a variable s. Let's make it empty. Okay. So here, that's the way of printing. S is equals to s plus. This will be Fizz, right? Okay. Copy it. Buzz. Okay. So what will happen? Let's put something like okay, like see now before printing something I want to show you. Let's check it for 3. When the value of I is 3, what will happen? This condition, this will be 0, this will not be 0, right? So this condition is 3, I3 is equal to 0 will be true. Then we will have the value of s as Fizz and this condition will be false. Similarly, when the value of I is 5, so what will happen? This will not be 0, but this will be 0. So okay, this condition will be false, and for this condition we'll get the value of s as Buzz. So now we just need to print it, right? But we also have to print those numbers, the other remaining numbers. Okay, so what we can do, like see, I can see this condition if s is okay not equals to, sorry, what will happen, not equals to empty. What I mean means, what do this means? Like if there is some value in s, it means, right? That means if there is any value in s, what will happen? The thing that will happen is like, that means one of the condition is at least true, right? And else what will happen? That means none of the condition is true. If I write else if, then it will be more clear. Else if, it will be like s is equal empty. Okay, let me not a space, empty. Okay, so it means if s is empty, right, that means none of the condition above has been true. So if this is the case, what will you do? You will print console.log I. If this is the case, what will happen? I'll print s, of course. So you will say, will this hold for 50? Let's check it out. Console.log s. Let's take a number 15. Okay, So this is 0, 15 modulus 3, 15 modulus 5, this is 0. Okay, so what will be the value of S here? This condition is true, so value of S will be Fizz. Okay, this condition is also true. So a value of S was already Fizz, so Buzz will be added to it. It will be Fizz Buzz, right? So now let's check it out. And we have 1, 2, 3 for 3 Fizz, for 5 Buzz, for 15 it's Fizz Buzz, for 30 you can say it's Fizz Buzz. So I think this approach you can check it out, right? Okay, so this will demonstrate like how good you know the use of if else, right? Awesome. Can we make it more better? Is it possible? Yeah, definitely it's possible. Okay, so we'll see the last approach. So first I'll save this code. Okay, of course I'll not copy anything this time. You'll know why. Okay, so now let's come here, let's come back. Okay, let's click on Fizzbuzz approach 4. Fizzbuzz approach 4, and description is Fizzbuzz problem. Let's click on create. Okay, so before we go, let's check out the approach. What is our approach? Okay, so I think this is approach. Okay, I think we have already seen that. Okay, so this is the thing. Let's avoid modulus, okay, and use plus operator, and use the concept of fixed interval in the multiplication table. What does that mean? Still I did not get it. Okay, okay, so now let's think about this. Let's see. So the point is, like we discussed about this, right, in the last video. Like see, plus, minus, multiply and divide, and then finally modulus. Okay, so these three are expensive operations. If I talk in terms of complexity, if n is a number, it will take n square for them, and for plus and minus it will just be n. Okay, okay, so that is why I don't want to use modulus. Can I, if I can restrict myself to use plus and minus, it will be much better, right? So we'll try. Okay, so let's think of an approach first. Like it's what does fixed interval means? Okay, so what I'll do, I'll share my screen, so which I have not shared to you. Okay, okay. So now let's have a look. So let's take this something like what do you say? A number is 3, then the next number will be 6, 9, 12. Okay, so you guys can see if a number is a multiple of 3, of course, like what will happen? After every 3 times you'll get a multiple of 3. 3, 6, the difference is 3. 6 and 9, the difference is 3. 12 and 9, the difference is 3. So after every 3 steps, okay, you will get a number which is a multiple of 3. That is what I want. Okay, so instead of like doing a modulus, what I can do, at every 3 step I exactly know when the value of I is 3. After that, exactly after every 3 steps, okay, what will happen? I'll get which will be a number multiple of 3. For 5, after every 5 steps, starting from 5, after every 5 step I'll get a number which will be divisible by 5. Okay, let me write that. So 5, 10, 15, so on, after every 5 steps, right? And for 15, every 15 steps, right? Okay, so let's check it out, guys. So let's take for I is equals to 1, I is less than equals to 100, I plus plus. Okay, so now what to do? Of course, zoom is there. Okay, so now we'll do a few things. Okay, let's take the initial counting as 0. Like it is starting from here only, right? So initial, let's take the value of I3 is equals to 0 and I5 is equals to 0. Okay, that we have taken the counter for the steps. Okay, so let's give it I3 plus plus and I5 plus plus. What will happen? When the value of I will be 1, I3 will be 1. When the value of I is 1, I5 will be 1. Again, when it is 2, they will increment to 2. Again, when it is 3, it is incremented to 3. We just have to check it like this. Okay, if I3 is equal 3, if it is 3, then what will happen? Then we'll take the same thing. Let's take a S. So S is equals to S plus what? Fizz. Right? Let's take another if. Remember, I have not used any modulus here, right? Okay. I5 equal 5. I'll write S is equals to S plus Buzz. Okay. Now you guys will be okay. So what? what actually happened? The first thing that happened, I wrote it in the plain text. How many times will I make that mistake? So let's go to JavaScript and paste that code. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, it's there. I thought I had to write it again. Okay. That's a programmer nightmare if your code get erased, right? Okay. So now I3 is equal 3. So what basically happened here? Let's have a look. So now when the value of I3 is 3, so how is the value going? Let's have a look. So when the value of I is equals to 1, okay, what will happen to I3 and I5? Okay, I3 will be equals to 1, no doubt. I5 equals to 1, no doubt. None of the condition is true. Now the value of I is 2. This is also 2, this is also 2. None of the condition is correct. 3. This is 3, this is 3. This condition got correct. So it should print Fizz, no doubt. But you will say, okay, but from the next time, now the value will be 4. So it will never be equals to 3. So here is a trick that we'll use. We know every third value will be like what is a multiple of 3. So I'll just make the value of I3 is equals to 0 here and I5 equal to 0 here. Let's see what happens. Now let's come back. I is equals to 1, I3 and I5. This is 1, this is 1. This is 2, this is 2, this is 2. This is 3, so this is 3, this is 3. Now this condition is true, I3 is equals to 3. So the value of S will be Fizz, okay, and I3 will become 0. So now it will become 0. When the value of I is 4, since I3 is 0, it will be 1, okay, and this will continue to be 4. When the value is 5, this will be 2 and this will be 5. Now this is 5, this condition is true. Of course we have not printed it, we will print it later, but I am telling you how this is working. So I5 is equal to 5, condition is true, so S will be budged and I5 will make it 0. So again the counting will start from like next time 1. So when the value is 6, so this will be 3 and this will be 1. So start after 0. This condition will again be true, S is equal to Fizz, and again it will be 0. So now you guys got it, how it is going. Every 3 steps you know we are making the value 0, right? Okay, so when the value is 15, right, what will happen basically? Just think, like let's take it 0, 1. So like this is 6. So for 7, what will happen? This will be 1, okay, and this will be 2. For 8, this will be 2 and this will be 3. For 9, this will be 3 and this will be 4. Okay, this will again become 0. Okay. And similarly it will go on, like if you see, like I'll do a fast forward, okay? 15. So when you see it 15, what will happen? 15 is a number, like it will come in 3 also, right? So it will be like 3 here and it will be 5 here, okay? It will work for both the things, I3 and I5, right? So what will happen? This condition will be also true and this condition will also be true, like that last case, right? And then Fizzbuzz will both be printed, okay? So let's have a look. Of course, let's cut it. We'll see both the cases, okay? So now if S is equal empty, so what will happen if S is empty? In that case, what is the thing? Like that means none of the condition is true. So we'll just print console.log I, right? Else you can write if or even else will work, but else S is not equals to empty, okay? Okay, so sorry for this console. Console.log. Okay guys, I think everything is sorted out. Console. Okay, so now let's run it. So now everything is there, things are quite sorted out. Okay, but let's smash the problem. For 3 we are getting right, 5 we are getting right, for 15 we are getting Fizzbuzz. So things are working, right? Pretty much same. So I hope you are very much clear with it. Great guys, awesome. So now since we have understood Fizzbuzz problem, so I completely did it in JavaScript. I'll share you all the solutions. Let me even save it, okay? I'll share you all the solutions in the description of the video. Do check it out, okay? I'll try to cover this in other language also. I'm thinking how to do it in a convenient way, or like otherwise I have to make this much big video for every language solution, okay? So I'll see how to do it, okay? Okay guys, so don't forget to check out Launchpad, on which this course will also be present, and also don't forget to check out like and subscribe if you really enjoyed this video. and put a comment in case if you have any confusion. Okay, and even if you comment, it will help other, like it will help people to this video will be reached to others. That will be quite helpful. I'll really appreciate that. Okay, awesome guys, and remember, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, bye bye guys. Then what will happen? I'll soon see you.